my video. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we are doing a whip update for October, so that's really exciting. I can't believe that this year is just absolutely flying by. I got not too bad. I didn't do too badly this month with stitching, considering I had my friends over for a whole week, and then I was like out for a week because I've got like, I guess you'd call it like repetitive strain injury in my elbow, or tennis elbow or something like that, so it became really painful to stitch. So everything that I've done, I have literally crammed in 2 weeks, and I even did a stitch with me, which I will link up here so you can see that. It's pretty cold today. I must admit, it was pretty cold today. I put a rug on my horse last night because it got down to 0, and my inside at the moment, it is currently like 19 degrees, which is fine. I've got 2 heaters going, got one up there and one down here, but they are way quieter than the air conditioning, so that's cool. And I've got loads of, I don't know if you can see, I've got loads of candles going on as well. I've got one here and I've got a couple over there, and they always help with heat, don't they? So haul wise, I don't really have no, I haven't got any haul. Oh my gosh, I've been really good this month. I did buy a pattern for one of my friends for her birthday this month on Heaven and Earth Designs. It was on a wish list, so I bought that for her. What else have I? Yeah, so stitching has been really good. However, because I had a friend here, I didn't really want to spend too much time stitching. Sometimes I felt like it's really rude, you know, to like go around friends or have friends come over and then, you know, you stitch and then they don't have any time with you. So because she came over from the UK, I made sure that all of my focus was on her, and, you know, we did stuff together, which is really nice, so that was cool. So Whip Go pulled the numbers this month, which is grand, which means that there is only one more month left. So you get a sneak peek into next month as well, because obviously there's only those numbers left, which is great. So end of year, I'll be doing a new Whip Go board, or should I say boards. Not sure how that's going to go right now, because I've got loads more patterns and I don't seem to have any finishes. But I'm hoping this year, I'm hoping that by January, February time, I'll have like 5 finishes. So that's really exciting. So let's get into it. I'm going to do it in the order that I've got here, so that it's going to be easy for me to kind of redistribute everything. Again, I will try and put everything up here without setting fire to my RV. So let's just get into what we've got. So the first one I'm going to show you is Henry VIII, and I'm really excited to show you this one because it's got a lot of bulk colour in it. I set myself a goal of 1,000 stitches per for that Whip Go, and I do have somewhere I wrote down what my stitch count was for everything. Where did I do that? Did I do that here? Yes, here we are. Okay, so Henry VIII, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. The artwork is by Hans Holbein. Absolutely love this one. It's so lush. Hang on, just give me 1 second, because I think I've got a kitty cat that wants to come in. 1 sec. I'm just going to put you on pause. Okay, I'm back. So yes, Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Hans Holbein. That's this one. I'm stitching this one on 18 count 2/1, and like I said, my Whip Go stitching that I had to do on this one was 1,000 stitches, but I did 1,341, and I am at 3.25%. This is where you saw it last time. Oh, and this is where we are now. Look at this. How beautiful is this looking? So as you can tell, I'm trying to tidy this up a little bit, and I'm kind of trying to step it so it looks a little bit neater. The pages on this are huge. They're like 8 by 10, you know, these squares, and some of them, you know, on some patterns they're like you know, 6 by 8, but the page sizes like on this pattern are huge in Pattern Keeper. Obviously using Pattern Keeper and CXC thread, because I always use CXC thread, I prefer it, 18 count 2/1, and I just love how this is coming out. It's just really nice. I was doing this one with Downton Abbey. I'm going through Downton Abbey again. I love Downton Abbey. I just find it, like, because I've probably seen it about 6 times, it's one of those things that I can just pop on the TV and I can stitch and not worry about it. And you know, it takes me back. Well, I say takes me back, I mean, obviously I wasn't born in the 1900s. Oh well, 1983 I was born, but I didn't obviously exist in 1914 or whatever. But I love watching period dramas, like dramas from that age, and you know, the sort of, you know, tradition of England and things like that, and I just love period dramas. So I'm watching that at the moment, and I'm finding that I'm stitching so much better, you know, when I'm more focused. I've also sort of put a schedule together of exactly what I need to do on what day with regards to my work schedule. And I think that's helping as well, because I am making time for stitching, whereas before I was starting work at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I wasn't, you know, finishing until stupid o'clock, and then my brain was frazzled because I was trying to do everything instead of saying, okay, right, well, you know, Monday you'll deal with your mileage, Tuesday you'll deal with your expenses, Wednesday you'll deal with just the saddlery, Thursday you'll deal with all your contractors and everything, and then and you know, and your banking, and Friday I'm going to take off. So I'm going to have Friday off. Friday's going to be my like proper stitching day, and I'm going to enjoy it. Perks of working for yourself, huh? So Henry VIII, love it. And the reason I did that in doing that in 18 count is because I want it big, like I want a big finish on it. But I'm not a fan of like the bigger counts, like 14 or 16. I think 18 is probably like the like lowest count I'd go to, more than likely. Right, so the next one I'm going to show you, I'm also really excited to show you. I love this one. So this is Pink Peonies, and this is one that I charted myself, and I finally, and you'll see why, I have finally migrated this over to Pattern Keeper. So now I can tell you the percentage I've got, I can tell you how many stitches I've done. It's just a lot easier to, you know, deal with and just stitch, because oh my goodness, threadbare is just so frustrating, because when you move things, like the whole entire screen moves, whereas in Pattern Keeper, when you move, just the pattern moves, right? Does that make sense? But in threadbare, when you move things, the whole entire like page just moves, and you can like swing it off the page, like the whole pattern moves off the page. Can't really explain it, it's really difficult to try and explain. Plus when you are clicking on stitching to kind of say, like, you know, you've stitched those, because you can still see the symbols underneath, whereas Pattern Keeper will block out on the colour. It'll be like a hang on, Rascal, get out the cupboard. Rascal, come on, out the cupboard. Sorry, my cat went in the cupboard. What was I saying? Yeah, because in Pattern Keeper, when you block off stitches that you've done, it's like a proper block of colour. So you can't see, and the stitches, the symbols underneath just disappear. Whereas in threadbare, they're still there. So if you're dealing with something that's really light, pattern-wise, it's so incredibly difficult to know what you've stitched and what you haven't. And I was making so many mistakes because I thought, you know, something had been stitched and it hasn't, and then I thought that was that colour and it was this colour, and it was just it was getting like really too much to deal with. So I was desperate to get myself into a place that I can then migrate everything over to Pattern Keeper. And every morning, up until now, because I've done it now, I would make myself a cup of tea in the morning, and then I'd sit with my tablet and I would literally just block out all the colours that I've done Now you will see why it's a lot easier in a second than being able to do it before. So this is the pattern that I'm talking about, my pink peonies, and this is going to go in my bedroom. I love this colour pink. These are my favourite colour pinks, like the dusky, light, beautiful colours. Absolutely stunning. And I'm stitching this one on 20 count 1/1. This is where you saw it last time. I think it was last month actually. I'll put this back in here a second. And this is where we are now. Let's see if I can lift this. Oh my goodness me. Okay, so you see what I mean by actually being able to mark everything on Pattern Keeper, because everything is now blocked. Everything has been filled in. Is it apart from? Yeah, apart from maybe a couple of stitches in here. Yeah, a couple of stitches in here. Everything now is block. And again, you can see that I'm kind of doing that, you know, stepping on this one too, just because I think it makes for a neater pattern. And I'm trying to do that on all of my patterns, but on all my projects. Some are easier than others, but you know, that's just the way it is. But you know what, if I can neaten it up as I go and fill in all the blanks, then I'll do that. The problem with filling in all the blanks is because you are dealing with one colour, one stitch, another colour, another stitch, another colour, and if you're trying to get your stitch count in, it's very difficult. Now I did find that really difficult because I only had about, I would say, a week and a half to 2 weeks ish to get my stitch count in for all of my whip go and my full coverage fanatics, and I really wanted to get that to a point where I could start migrating everything over to Pattern Keeper. So yeah, a lot of time was taken in just filling in those rogue stitches, but I did it. Finally I did it, and it makes me really happy. So that is Pink Peonies. The next one I'm going to show you is a new start, because I need a new start like a hole in the head, and I think this goes very well with what I'm wearing. See? This is All Hallows Eve by Donna Gelsinger. This is the pattern that Tania from Addicted Stitcher very nicely bought me. That was so lovely of her. I was going through a bit of a financial kind of crisis at the time, and it was in my wish list, and oh my goodness, she just purchased it for me. We decided long ago that we were going to do a stitch with me. Now I don't even like looking at her stitching because she puts me to shame. I mean, I managed like 4,800 stitches this month. She's probably at like 20,000 stitches. So she puts me to shame. So anytime that I watch one of her videos, I'm like, I'm so embarrassed. But you know what? I do what I can do in the time that I've got. So there we are. So this is designed by Donna Gelsinger, and it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I love this one. I just love it, and she so kindly bought it for me, and you know, I'm very thankful to you, Tania. Thank you so much. So this is a new start. I'm doing this one on 20 count 1/1. Now I'm not sure what Tania's doing it on. I believe that she was in a bit of a conundrum with, do I do what, one thread or two threads, or does she do it on 20 count or something else? Now I need to kind of jump into some of her videos. I haven't had any time to watch any Flosstube really, because the thing is, I think the thing with watching Flosstube is I like to actually watch it. So I will grab a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and I'll watch Flosstube. I won't kind of stitch while I'm doing it because I miss loads. So with me trying to get my stitch count in, I've literally been like, put something on TV that you can really like focus out of and just listen in the background, and then just get your stitch count done. So this month I have not watched any Flosstube at all, but I will be making up for it next month, so that's fine. Obviously it's getting a bit colder, and that means like more time inside, so that's fine. Where did I put my thing? There it is. So 20 count 1/1, a new start this month. There isn't obviously anything to show you last month, so here we are. That's that's where I am. I think I did 203 stitches on this one, and I'm 0.0% done. But yeah, full cross CXC threads. I don't do 10 stitch or continental, whatever it's called. I'm not sure what it's called. 10 stitch. I like to do full cross, and yes, it takes me 10 times longer, but there we are. So yeah, that's where I am with this one so far. So I'm hoping to get some more stitches in that one. That would be nice. I'm enjoying this one as well. This one is a little bit more blocky as well, which is nice. It's not so, you know, one colour, one colour, one colour, one colour. So I was actually able to get a bit more sort of done on this one, so that was nice. Okay, just checking everything is away from lighted flames. Okay, right. Where are we? So the next one I'm going to show you is, and this is a little bit disappointing because I actually thought I did 500 stitches on this one. In fact, I'm sure I did, but I think there was maybe one day where I didn't take a picture of Pattern Keeper to show how many stitches I did. So at the moment I'm saying I've only done 483 stitches on this one, but I am sure I have actually done more. And one of the things has come off this, so that's fine, doesn't matter. So Resistance is Futile is a long dog sampler, and I'm doing this one in colorway 917. This is one of my monochromatic patterns. This one here, banded, this one, lovely, so pretty. Resistance is Futile. So I'm doing this one in CXC thread 917, and it's being done on 28 count 2/2. Almost finished the last band, not the last band, but the band that I'm working on at the moment. And I say I did 483, but I know for a fact that I don't move on to another project until I've hit that 500. So I have done 500, but I don't know where the other day of stitching is. I'm at 46.53% on this one, which is exciting. I'm going to keep that in the back. So this is where you saw it last time. Which I think again was last month. And this is where we are at now. So again, I think I had done 1, 2, 3, and then I kind of done this bit. Maybe you know what? Maybe I meant to come back to this one, and maybe I thought that I did the 500 stitches and I didn't. So I am probably gonna chuck this one in next month and get my stitch count up on this one, because I don't think, looking at it now, I don't think I've met my stitch count for this month, which is a shame. But yeah, absolutely loving this one. And I want to say thank you to Linda, who is one of my subscribers, who told me that there was a mistake, I believe here, like I'd missed a couple of stitches. So thank you to you, my lovely. She's that's not the first time that she's told me I've made a mistake. So she's like literally my wingman for this project, which is great. So yes, I'm hoping to get this one done shortly. How many more bands have I got? Let's have a look. So I am at, okay, so at the moment I'm on this one here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So 4 big bands then. So like I've just got 1, 2, 3, 4 big bands, and those in the middle, which won't take long. And I can really get some stitch count in those. Look at those stitches. So that would be really good. But yeah, so Resistance is Futile, which is a beautiful, beautiful one. Okay, So that is that project. Where's that one? My fabric for that one is Sparkle Snow. It's sparkly. And that I got from Wool Warehouse in the UK, but I got that before I came out here. Even though I can still buy from them, I do still buy Sparkle Snow from Wool Warehouse, but I haven't bought anything in a while because I've not needed to. The next one is Peacock Love, which is a quick stitch. This one is a smaller piece from the larger one, which is called Peacock Days, and I have got that project and I am looking forward to starting that one because it's so beautiful and colourful. The artwork is from Josephine Ball on this one, and again it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I went on a bit of a colour complete craze with this one and another project which I'll show you in a minute. So I colour completed 741, 720, 996, 3831, 552, 402, 760, 742, 3854, 3078, 3776 and 922. I colour completed 12 colours on this project. I was just like on one. Literally I was on another level and I was like, right, let's get as many colour completes on this as possible. I did 501 stitches. I'm at 61.83% on Pattern Keeper, and I love this one. I'm stitching on 18 counts 2/1 full cross, and it's coming out beautifully. I'm not sure if this is one that I worked on last month. It may not have been, but this is where you saw it last time. And this is where we are now. So a lot more of the flowers coming out. I don't think I did much more on, I'm not sure if I did much more on this one here, but I filled in quite a few up here. But yeah, I think that is the best way of doing this. I am just going to colour complete the hell out of this one, and eventually I will have every stitch symbol at 0. So that's really exciting. I'm loving this one. My bird's come back, so if you can hear a banging on the window, that's my birdie. And it sounds like he's got his girlfriend with him because there is a chirp, like really, really chirping. And let me see if I can show you him. I don't know if I can move him around. Can you see him on the? Can you see him on the ladder? There he is. He's crazy. I love him. He has got food, mind. Just to let you know, he's got food. But I don't know. Maybe he just bangs on to say hello to me. I don't know, but he's lush. I do love him. He's cute. So I'm really lucky that he's here. He's lovely. So anyway, so if you can hear that banging, that's him. He's just adorable. So I'm going to get some suet for him him and the other birds this month, so that over the winter months that they can really bulk up with fat, because I know that birds really struggle, don't they? So I'll get some suet balls for him as well, and him and his missus and whoever else he wants to invite, because I've got a few other birds on there as well, you know, slowly but surely I've got some more birds coming and, you know, dipping in. So that's quite cute. That's quite cute. Okay, the next one I stitched on, I did a stitch with me. So you're all going to know which one this one is. So this month I did the stitch with me with Bumblebee. And a lot of you have asked where you can find this one. It's on Etsy, and I believe the shop is Pyro Dog Pins, something like that. PYRO DOG Pins, something like that. However, if you just put in Bumblebee in the search bar, I'm like cross stitch Bumblebee, it's like £4. So this does work with Pattern Keeper, so I've got it on Pattern Keeper. So yeah, I am working on this wing, I believe. Yeah, this one here. this is my last wing. This one's been done. I think I've got a few stitches in here, but I've only got 2 colours left. I've only got white and another colour. I'm not too sure what that is, but there are only 2 colours left on this one, which is exciting. So I've done a part 1 to this one, and my plan is to do a part 2. So the part 2 is going to be the finish, which should be exciting. So you'll be able to see me put my last stitch in. I am at 94.75% on this, and on the Stitch With Me I did 141 stitches. So I don't think this one came out last time. This one hasn't been out for a while, you know, because I've been threatening to do a Stitch With Me on this one for a long time, but it just hasn't happened because I just haven't been able to find the time. So this is where you saw it last time. This is where we are now. So like I said, this wing here is the only one that needs completing, and a few rogue stitches in here. This one is being stitched on 28 count 2/2 on that special sparkle snow again, and he's lovely, really beautiful little bumblebee. I do love bumblebees. This one's lovely, very cute. So I am enjoying stitching that one with everyone. That's nice, and it's lovely to hear the comments as well. You know, people are commenting saying that, you know, it's really nice that you know, they can stitch along with me, and no, it's really lovely to get some really nice comments. That is cold coffee. That's not nice. Okay, so the next one I worked on, which is my last for Whip Go, but was also full coverage fanatics, because this month was grey, is Bookshelf. And this one is New Dream Stitch, and I got this one on Etsy. They are the Penguin cloth bound classic books, the ones that I absolutely love, and these are coming on amazingly. You know, I'm not doing too badly on these at all. This one is also one where I did a load of, I just went on a mission and I did a load of colour complete. So I colour completed on this one, although a couple of them, because grey was for full coverage fanatics this month, the last month, I concentrated on 168, 318 and 926, like all the greys. So I completed those 3, and then I also completed colour 823, I think it was like 2 stitches to do on that one, 3843, 580, 937, 3750, 610 and 919. So I have been on a mission this month to kind of get as many colours completed on my projects as possible. So this is where you saw it last time. And this is where we are now. So mainly it's this one here, and this is where I've got all like the colour completes as well. Grey, like I said, grey was this month, so I tried to get as many sort of grey stitches in there. I stitched 1,610 stitches on this one, and I'm at 59.44%. So I had to do obviously 500 stitches for Whip Go because it was on my Whip Go this month, and then I needed to do another 500 stitches for my full coverage fanatics, so that's what I did. I think here was some colour completion as well, some of these as well. It wasn't just in this area, so that's exciting. 18 count 2/1 on this one, full cross, CXC threads obviously. So that is that one. Let's move that away from the candle. Okay, so plans. This will be the last Whip Go plans, because next month pretty much we're done, aren't we? And we've got to then bring in some new Whip Go boards, which is going to be exciting. Now my Whip Go sheets are looking a little bit dog-eared right now, So this month that was pulled, the numbers was 3 and 8. So on my stitching, that is like my projects have got over 100,000 stitches on them, or 100,000. So the project is more than 100,000 stitches. Is Alternative Reality, and I have to do 500 stitches on this one. This one is artwork by Josephine Moore and is Heaven and Earth Design, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. That one's a lovely one. So I need to do another 500 stitches on that one. Then the other one that was got pulled was Bountiful Bookcase, which is good because, you know, I need my stitch count to come up on this one. So this is an Amy Stewart one. Amy Stewart, Bountiful Bookcase. I need to do 500 on that one. And I'm hoping by then, I should be able to be moving on to a new book with a little bit of luck. And then the next one is Story Keep Paris. This is one that's not been out for a while. That's this one. Again, this is another Amy Stewart. This is the Story Keep, which is another lovely one. I do wish I'd done this on 20 count now. Right, there we are. At the moment I'm doing this on 18 count, and I have this here so I can show you. Is this what I've done? Yeah, this is where I am. So this is where I am so far on this one. So I've still got loads to do on this one. I think I wanted it a slightly bigger project, which is why I went for the 18 count. But hey ho. 18 count isn't my favourite anymore. I think my go-to is 20 count, and anything new I think I'm tending to do on 20 count. So I've got to do 500 on that one. I don't feel like I seem to be getting anywhere with that one. It's difficult, isn't it? You know what, I'm going to see that there. The next one that got pulled was Twisted Band Sampler. I've been so excited to get this one out. So I'm at like 80% on this one. And this got pulled twice. So this is on my Whip Go board that is under 100,000 stitches. And it's also on my Whip Go board for projects that are completed over 25%. So this is by Northern Expressions. Really lovely project, and I am down to, I believe I'm down to here now. This is the next one, so I've got to do 2 bands, so that will basically colour complete this next blue colour, which is good. It will colour complete like a whole, the 2 bands are one colour, so that will colour complete that, which is exciting. So that came up twice, and Bookshelf came up again. So that is this one here, and it says here I need to colour complete 823, which I've already done. So I've gone for the next big one, the next big colour, which is in this area here, because this is where I've got my Q-snap at the moment. And the next big one, which I think is like 1,400 stitches or something, is 930, which I believe is in this book here. I believe it's this colour, 930. So there's quite a lot to do in that one. So that will colour complete that one. And that will be another completed colour, which is exciting. And then my full coverage Fanatics was black this month. So the only project, because I'm not really a black person, I like a lot of colour. So in that case, I don't know where my cat's gone. The only project I've actually got black in and I guess it's fitting for this time of the year, isn't it, is this one here, my Quick Stitch Story Keep by Lisa Parker. So this is one that I'm trying to keep really neat as well, and I've done the stepping on this one. But one thing you may be able to help me with is, if you've got if the colour has come out that it's black, for example, do you pull the project out that has the most of that colour? Or do you pull the project out that has the most of that colour and you have to work on that colour, which is black? Because that is what I have been doing lately. So if it's grey or if it's yellow or whatever, I try and work on a project that has the most of that colour, and then I do also try and work on that colour as well. But it just means that if I work on this one here and I do the black, which is fine, it's gonna throw all my neatness away that I've tried to kind of bring back into my work, if that makes sense. So the Rise of the Witches is one of the projects that is really neat, that is kind of, you know, all square blocked. So can I get away with, yes, I probably will be stitching the black as well, because I'll stitch in an area where there is black, but can I also get away with stitching in the green area? I don't know, is that breaking the rules? I mean, I did pull out, to be fair, I did pull out a project that was not even a full coverage, did I, like a couple of months ago, and I had to be reprimanded by one of my subscribers, which was good. So yeah, that's kind of like that really. So that is what I'm going to be working on next month, and I said also that I was going to try and throw in a few more stitches on my Resistance is Futile. But yeah, so that is everything that I've got planned coming up in November, and also that's kind of where my stitching is. So if that is all you're interested in, that's fine. This is kind of where the stitching part ends, and I can talk a little bit about, you know, what I've been doing, and I did go into a lot of that in my Stitch With Me, so I'm probably not going to go into a hell of a lot of it, you know, in this video as well. I'm going to try and keep it nice and short and sweet if we can. So obviously Lou came over and we did some bits. We went to the Cab Farmers Market, which was nice. We went up, what was it called, Stone Mountain, and that was nice. And she came along with me with some clients to work on those horses, and she got to meet some people that you know, my clients, which are nice, the clients that are friends. So that was lovely. I think she had a good time. We went out to eat a few times, we cooked, drank a lot of wine, and I just had a genuinely really nice time. She was only here for a week. I'm not going to go into too much detail, because I went into detail with my Stitch With Me, but at the time I was talking to a guy who was consistently making plans and then breaking plans and then making plans and then breaking plans, and then it just got to like, oh, it was so annoying. I was just, you know, the last time he did it, I was like, do you know what, this is not working out, because it was like the 5th time or was it the 4th time? It was like the 4th time, and I hadn't even seen him that many times, you know, like I'd seen him probably twice, 3 times, and he'd let me down more than I'd actually seen him. So in the end I was like, yeah, do you know what, you can go and do one. So yeah, that was that. My phone arrived. Got my new phone, because obviously Lou bought my new phone, which is nice. So I'm recording this on my new phone. My drainage for my arena is in, and that's exciting. So that's completely done now, and I'm just waiting for the guys to come back when my surface arrives, and then they can put the kickboards in, they can put the other membrane down, and they can put the surface on top, and that will be my arena fully complete. So I will add some pictures of that when that's done. That's exciting. What else? I'm just in the process of finalizing my labels for my turmeric. That is proving to be pretty successful at the moment. I've got a lot of people that are waiting for orders for that. And then I've got to order my containers for my turmeric. I've also bought out, so when I say containers, you know, plural, I've got a big container for like the normal size, and then I've decided that I'm going to bring out a smaller one, which is probably just like this big, which is basically a taster. Most horses will eat turmeric in their food, but there are a very small percentage of horses that really don't like anything extra. So, you know, even like, you know, difficult to get medication into. My horse is a gannet, she'll eat anything and everything. So I haven't got a problem with her. Now, the reason for that is because I won't mention them by name, I was looking at a company that also does turmeric, who I guess would be my competitor. However, they start at $97 for a tub of turmeric, and I'm like $39.99. Now, my tub is bigger for a start. And when I was reading these reviews, the one thing that really stuck out in my mind is that people had purchased this turmeric for their horses, and their horses weren't eating it. And when they've gone back to the company, who is a humongous company, I mean, we are talking probably multi-million dollar corporation, multi-million-dollar corporation. They've got basically the monopoly on supplements for all of the horses out here. So, you know, they could do the right thing if they wanted to, but they just chose not to. And people were complaining, not complaining, but sort of, you know, reaching out to the company and saying, look, I'm really sorry, my horse isn't eating it, my horse doesn't like it, and is there any way that I can get my money back? I've literally used like 2 or 3 scoops, and they've just turned around and gone, no, you know, not our problem. Which I think is actually really, really quite rude, considering they've spent over $100 on the supplement after you add the sales tax, which comes on afterwards, and then you add the shipping on top. You're looking probably about $115 worth of supplement that now they're out of pocket. So what I've decided is, I've always been for the people. I'm going to bring up a smaller one, which is about $5. So you can test trial it. If your horse loves it, likes it, whatever, and will eat it, you can then purchase the bigger one, and I'll take that $5 off the bigger tub when you purchase the bigger one. And if your horse doesn't like it, then, you know, you've lost $5, haven't you? It's a lot easier to swallow than 115. So I'm waiting for those to come in. The guy that I've been dealing with is a really, really nice guy, so that's great. What else? I am in talks with a company in Pakistan to bring out my own branding of horseware. So saddle pads, you know, the fly thing, I can't remember, I never can remember what it's called, but it's basically an ear guard for flies and things. Brushing boots, bandages, jodhpurs, you know, everything kind of matching, because everyone loves matchy, and I know what I'm like. I absolutely love matching everything. In fact, my horse, when she goes out in an arena, she's got matching saddle pad that matches the bandages, that matches, you know, the fly thing. I haven't gone as crazy as matching me to her yet, but I'm feeling that, you know, when I bring out this new pad and this new brand of horse apparel and human, that I'll also be able to, you know, match me as well, and everything will have my logo on it, and it will look really nice, and it will look really smart. I've been in talks with a lovely lady in Florida who designs and makes, well, she designs, and then she's got a lovely guy who's a family guy in India who makes really beautiful brow bands, you know, the Swarovski crystal brow bands. And she's got some really beautiful colours. So I'm in talks with her at the moment to see if we can collaborate, so I can bring out the colours that I bring out will match the colours on her brow band, so then people can also buy the brow bands, which is, you know, so you can have, it'll be absolutely beautiful. So, you know, if you don't want to wear the ear thing or whatever, that's fine. You know, you can have a really beautiful brow band that's all bling, because she loves bling, I love bling. And then I think you can do a matching belt. So then that's kind of where you can sort of match as well. And so we've been in talks to collaborate, which is great. And I've also been in talks with, this is where I've been like so busy, with some wholesalers for my own saddlery. So at the moment I am I'm setting up or redoing, should I say, my website for the saddlery, and I've just set up a brand new business. So I went on to Georgia Secretary of State and set up a new business, so it'll be HV Equine Saddlery LLC. And once I've got that approved, because it hasn't been approved yet, I'll then set up an EIN, and then I'll go to the bank, and then I'll set up a separate bank account, so everything for the saddlery can be separate. Love my dad to bits. I just kicked him out of his I phoned him up and I was like, Dad, so I want to just run something by you. I know it's going to sound like really, really crazy and you're not going to like it now, but let me finish and I've got a much better idea for you. And actually, we had a really good conversation. So I said to him, I'm setting up the saddlery side of my business, and I would also like somewhere where people can, so especially like, you know, my clients that are boarding, that can come in and they can see products there and they can buy products then and there. They have that, you know, that choice. And so for me, that is like really important. So I would like to be online, but I also really want to start getting a footfall of people coming through the door. So I said to him, if I boot you out of your workshop, because it's basically his workshop, he wants to come over and do bits and bobs on the farm, to potter, you know, I'll say to him, Dad, can you make me some cavaletti? And he'll make me some cavaletti. Or I really need some, you know, trotting poles, and he'll be happy, you know, to go and get the staff and come back and make the trotting poles, because he likes making things. He likes, you know, putting things together. He likes using his hands, and he's just never been in a position where he's been able to do that before. So this office, I guess you'd call it, is a 16 by 20 building, and it's 2 floors. So originally the top floor was going to be my office, which it still is, and then the bottom was going to be his workshop. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make the bottom part the saddlery. I know it's going to be small, but you know what, Rome wasn't built in a day, wasn't built in a day. You start off small and then you kind of bring in more produce or products, and then when you've got to the point where you are bursting at the seams, you know, when I've got stuff downstairs and I've got stuff upstairs, I am then going to build a bigger saddlery over the other side of my property, which you get to before you know, come to the barn and everything. So I can keep that separate, and I can keep that, you know, the barn and everyone's horses private, and they can, and clients can go out on the way, or they can go into it on the way in. And then what I'm going to do for him is I'm going to extend out sideways the the office, and I'm going to build him a much bigger workshop, and but it also means that I can extend from the top over as well. So, you know, he even suggested, which is quite a good idea, I guess, buying another one, and, you know, one of those 16 by 20, like I think it's a Conestoga building, and then having a bit in the middle. So upstairs will be a walkway between the 2 buildings that has got a big window either side, so you can see it and it's full of light, and then you can walk into the other side of the building, which will also be office, and then downstairs my dad's workshop will be all of that bit between the buildings and then the other building. So for him, you know, he's got a much bigger space, and I think that is going to work out, you know, and I can put a toilet in there for him, so he doesn't have to, you know, that can be like his own space, and I think that might be a better bet. So that is the plan. So at the moment, my work day is dealing with wholesalers, it's trying to get things set up, it's about getting my website up. It's taking a long time because I just don't understand websites and WordPress and everything. So I'm trying to rely on a friend at home who is like going through a crisis right now, and he's kind of never available when I need him. So I'm kind of trying to work around him a lot at the moment, and it's kind of frustrating because I can't get anything done. Yeah, so that is kind of where we are this month. Now I am hoping, well, I will have next month, I will have a fully finished arena. Now I think I said that last month, and for that I apologise, but no, definitely next month I will have a fully finished arena. So I will pop that on the end of the next video, and you'll be able to see that if you're interested. So, and then once that is done, then we start on the barn, which is exciting. So yes, so I think that is pretty much where we are. Please check out the Stitch With Me video. There is probably a lot more information on that, personal stuff, and it's just a nice video to watch, isn't it? So I will be doing a part 2 of that Stitch With Me probably next week, so that will be up, I'm going to spend this evening editing this video, and I think, what are we now? We're the 1st, aren't we? So I will spend, so it's the 1st of November now, so I will edit this video tonight, and then overnight I will be uploading it, so it will be with you Thursday morning. Yeah, it'll be with you Thursday morning. So yeah, that's where we are. So that is everything for this month's video, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out, you know, checking in. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed. I've got another like 50 subscribers this month, which is really lovely. And if you would like to be part of my journey, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And hit that notification bell and you'll be notified of any video that goes up. I don't just do, you know, whip updates. I do also Stitch with me, so you'll know when they go up as well. But yeah, other than that, have a fantastic stitching month, everyone. And I really appreciate you for stopping by, and thank you. And I will see you in my next video. Cheers, guys. Bye.